older and younger people communicating with each other. Older adults who are continuing to live meaningful and purposeful lives can serve as role models to younger generations, demonstrating that aging is not all about decline and being over the hill as conveyed by the media. There are many organizations that create opportunities to bring the older and younger people together. Mark Friedman's Encore.org Generation to Generation program is an excellent example. He believes the goal of later life isn't trying to stay young, it's to be there for those who are actually young. And I just recently came across a very interesting example of innovation during the current pandemic. Earlier this year, a University of Texas technology student created a now award-winning web platform. He called it Big and Mini. The program connects young adults, Mini, with seniors, Big, through virtual communication to foster intergenerational understanding and combat social isolation. In less than a year, his Big Mini program has over 2,000 volunteers, a presence in 50 states, 22 countries, and he has put together 800 matches.
Wow.
Now, I firmly believe when post-COVID and the next normal arrive, I have no doubt that elders will once again connect socially live and continue their newfound relationships with what I call young'uns, thus serving as role models and dispelling the myth that aging is all doom and gloom.
Yeah, I think you're so right there. And, although we do live in a time when we are living longer and more active lives, you write, and I'm quoting, the stereotypical attitude towards ageism is still worse for older women than older men. So how do we rebrand ourselves if there's a stigma there?
Yes, it's another interesting question because I truly believe this, and I know I went at quite some length in the book that on ageism and stereotyping because it's so prevalent and it's so wrong. It's often worse for older women than men, as I say, and there's a definite double standard. I recall in doing the research for the book that I came across the expression that men age like a fine wine, women age like a glass of milk. And I thought, how horrifying is that?
Right.
In our society, men with gray hair are usually referred to as distinguished, while women are thought to just look old, even when such Hollywood celebrities as Diane Keaton and Jamie Lee Curtis have gone gray beautifully. Yet many women continue to dye their hair, knowing that the first impression we make with someone new can be negative. But why can't we just accept women's choices either way, to be gray or not, and the other choices with respect to aging? So in stereotyping older people as decrepit, senile, and over the hill, and aging is overall as a spiraling decline, we're placing limitations on older people. So what I suggest is open your eyes and look around at all the people you know who are in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, who are continuing to live meaningful, purposeful, active lives. So I've put together some ways that you can contribute to this overall change in perception from a social perception of decline to one of continuing incline. First off, I recommend just changing your mindset. Choose and embrace a positive attitude towards aging and let go of outdated stereotypes about older adults. Be proud of your age and share it. My 96-year friend Lee taught me to precede my age with JUST. So for me, I'm currently just 71. That really works for me. So I also recommend keeping the inner child alive, which is one of Lee's recommendations and how she got to age 96 now. Don't allow people to put you in the box that society dictates. Demonstrate that you're still living your life with meaning and purpose, thus serving as a positive role model for younger generations.
Yeah.
And don't allow younger people to be dismissive towards you. Speak up, be heard. Turn that invisibility shroud to one of, look at me, I'm here and I'm proud of where I am. So we can shift the mindset of society and people, young and old, who buy into society's negative connotation that aging is all about decline and being over the hill. Let's value the old population. Celebrate our elders for all their contributions to society, for their value, their wisdom. And above all, let's eliminate the fear factor that aging is all about decline, because it's not. By
Right.
embracing this positive attitude, we can change society's negative connotation and demonstrate that as we age, we can continue to incline.
Ah, beautifully said. We only have a few minutes left, unfortunately. Um, but I do want to sort of skip and ask you. I have another question if we can fit that in later. Um, there's much written and studied on mind-body connection. How much potential influence does this play in longevity?
In my opinion, a lot.
Yeah,
And with this in mind, I actually dedicated an entire chapter to it, The Power of Play. I
right.
became fascinated with the concept of play when I was introduced to Stuart Brown's Play, how it shapes the brain, opens the imagination, and invigorates the soul. He and other researchers know that play is a profound biological process. For human beings, play lies at the core of creativity and innovation. He contends that play is a state of mind rather than an activity. A study done in Okinawa, Japan by the National Geographic Society revealed that engaging in activities like playing with young children was as important as diet and exercise in fostering the Okinawans' longevity of people living
Oh,
to 100 or beyond.
yeah,
He also maintains that when we stop playing, we really stop developing. And when that happens, the laws of entropy take over, things fall apart. So he asserts that when we stop playing, we start dying.
yeah.
And to speak to that, I quoted Vanda Scaramella, who is a yoga pioneer. Her expression is that movement is the song of the body. Actually, my Pilates teacher, Amanda's mantra is movement is medicine. And to go further into this power of play, to quote Martha Graham, dance is the hidden language of the soul, and my Nia dance teacher, Julie, has the unique gift of combining movement and music to create magic when she teaches. And
Oh,
interestingly,
beautiful.
neuroscientists have identified the best exercise for slowing down the aging process, and it's fun. And guess what it is? Yes, it's dancing.
Yes,
According to
dancing.
according to a, yeah, according to a study, dancing slows down and even prevents the decline in the brain's ability to process mental and physical activity that comes with its natural aging process. Most physical activity slows down the brain's
Wow.
aging process, but only dancing has
Mm,
proved to be effective when it comes
wa-
to change in behavior due to the noticeable
wow.
improvements felt.
Oh my gosh.
So I
That's
invite you all
wonderful.
to kick up your heels and go to the
And
dance floor, or
dance,
at least
right?
move. Yeah,
Yeah.
dance
And I
or
have to
move,
tell
do
you
something.
that's one of the things my mother has done her whole life is dance. And she does not miss her dance class every week. She will not miss her dance class. And
Me
I
too.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, and I know that you're a mover and a shaker as well. And I know that you're a yogini. I do know that you
Mm-hmm.
practice yoga.
I
Um,
do.
yeah, and I would want to know very quickly in about 30 seconds, what is your favorite yoga posture?
Well, I have many, but I'd have to say that my faves fall into the category of hip openers. Uh, I like those because the yogi tradition, is that hips are normally a storage ground for negative feelings and pent up emotions. So by creating more space in the hips, it gives us access to freedom in our body and in our own unique expression, not only creatively, but physically and
Yeah.
spiritually. So my two faves are triangle pose, which helps you protect your back, improves your posture. You breathe more deeply and decrease the wear and tear on your hips. And then the top one is the king of hip openers, which of course is pigeon. So
Yeah.
practicing these poses, I can physically feel an expansion, an opening in my hips, thus increased freedom.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Ramona, thank you so much for being here today. I so appreciate it. Um, and just so that everybody knows that if you'd like more information about Ramona Oliver, visit RamonaOliver.com and you can read all about her book and what's going on and how you can get the book as well as getting it from that site. You can get it on Amazon. But you can also find Ramona Oliver at this year's MiamiBookFair.com, where she is a participating author. And many thanks again, Ramona, for being with us today on Yin Yoga Lifestyle.
Well, thanks for having me, Colette. I had a lot of fun and I enjoyed our conversation. Thank you.
And good luck with the book. I don't think you need it. People will be snapping this up and reading it, and it's a fabulous read. So please go get that book, even for the youngins. It's a great tool to help our youngins. I like that word, youngins. Our young people plan for how they are going to be as inclined elders as well. And please don't forget to visit yinyogalifestyle.com and subscribe to our yinyogalifestyle.com newsletter. You can find free yin yoga videos on our site, and you can join live online Zoom yin yoga classes. And guess what? You receive your first class for free. So let's get started on your daily yin yoga routine today. Thank you for joining Yin Yoga Lifestyle, adding enlightenment, calm, balance, and creativity to your everyday life. I am your host, Colette Darville. Join us next time to continue our journey of balancing into a state of perfect harmony. Until then, this is Colette Darville, reminding you to inhale, sow, and exhale, hum.